everyone, this is Tash and I am doing the advice of the day. And I'm doing the advice of the day this week because I just feel like doing something different. I feel like talking about the word of the day. I have no more words after the couple of days that I've had being out and doing things this week. I'm just word of the day out. So I'm changing up, which is fine. Change is good. And so one of the questions I received out of Florida was, I have been in a relationship with someone for more than 5 years, and I'm ready to move forward and get married. What do you think I should do in order for me to move forward this relationship with my boyfriend? And my advice is, it's our expectations as women. We expect, many a times we don't put it out what our expectations are in the beginning. Sometimes we put it out too much and then we might scare away an individual, but maybe that person needed to be scared away in the beginning so that you wouldn't have to go through 5 years of being with someone and still now trying to worry and figure out whether or not your relationship is stabilized. And after 5 years, there should be a point where there's a next level. It's either we're going to be together and going into a union of marriage, or we're going to be apart. And we settle a lot. I say more for women than I say for men. Men will settle if, I mean, it's really, what are you going to give me? And I have rollers in my hair, so if you see my rollers, just forgive me. I'm trying to make sure I look cute for work. But we settle. We settle because we don't want to be by ourselves. We don't want to feel lonely. We would rather take anything than nothing. And that's what it ends up happening, is that you and this other individual are just sitting on borrowed time. Today's Transparent Tuesday, right? For me. I'll say that when I have expectations. Like, if anyone that I've been in a relationship with knows that eventually it's going to move to marriage or something. I believe in marriage. May not have worked for me in the times that I've had, but I still believe in the sanctification of marriage, or that the covenant of a wedding vow, that when you say I will be with you for the rest of your life, it really to me means something. And so when it becomes that the other individual doesn't feel the same way and is only doing it because they want to keep you, then it's a problem. And you don't want that. You don't want to be in a point where it's like, okay, so I'm doing this because I want to keep her, or because I want to keep him. You have to truly know what it is that you are expecting for your own relationship in life. And sometimes that individual is not that person for you in your life, in your future goals, or they're there for a moment. Nothing's wrong with that either. So that you could get yourself together. So I was in a relationship right after, not right after, but after dissolving my marriage, and I didn't put the expectations. I blame myself. I didn't put the expectations in I was kind of like, let's just do whatever, like just cool, shoot the breeze. And so we were shooting the breeze for a long time, and I didn't say, look, this is what I want. I was like, well, he should know what I want. And that was dumb of me to even think, oh, well, he should know what I want. No, he should know what I want, because I didn't say what I wanted. So how is he going to know what I want if I never gave him a clue of what I really needed? And so you just keep it going, and you're like, all right, well, it's still going good. And then in the back of my head, I'm like, well, he's not making any moves. He hasn't said such and such. He hasn't put... And I'm getting angry, and the only person I could get angry with at the end of the day is me, because I didn't make the expectations on what I wanted in that relationship. So I keep walking around angry and frustrated and not seeing the things, the outputs I want, because I never created those. So that's what I'm gonna say. Even with after 5 years, you guys should know each other well enough to know what is the next step. And if he's not going to say that, it's because he's probably comfortable in it. Look, if I have a situation where someone's giving me bedroom slippers, they're massaging my legs, they're taking care of me, they're feeding me, they're making sure I am comfortable, I'm getting everything that I need, I'm in a nice apartment or a nice mansion, and I'm going to move forward to do what? Because that's how some men think. Okay, you're giving me everything that I'm getting without having to make a commitment that might break us up. So I'd rather just not do anything about it, just leave it the way it is. And if you're really smart about that situation, if you created that role or created that situation for, well, I keep on saying situation, I can't talk right now, but if you created that, do you really think that anybody's going to want to get rid of that when they're secure and they're comfortable? You think I would give up something that I know now I have no unknown territory what this is going to look like? No. So you are, instead of what should I do, it's how are you going to change this? Are you going to keep it the way it is? Because if you are, he's going to keep it that way too. And if not, then you got some choices. And those choices are hard choices where sometimes you may have to be alone. And nothing's wrong with being alone. Folks say, oh my God, you say that, I hate being alone. But you know what? That loneliness is nothing to do. It's all about, if you really want to have the true relationship and the true moment in time where you're with somebody and you love them and they're spending, future, you have to spend time alone to know what you want and expect when you do find that right person. And the time that you may be with God, because I see it as a great moment for you to have time to be with God and to resolve the changes in your life that needs to occur. You should want to be alone. So if it's not, after 5 years, you haven't figured out what the real scenario is, you really need to look at yourself. It's all about self-change, self-esteem, self-change, and self-respect. And if you can't respect your own inner being, you can't worry about the fact that after 5 years a person is not going to give you what you really want. All right, just think about it. Are you going to invest another 5 years? If you can say yes, I'm willing to the way my relationship is at this current time, I can invest another 5 years exactly the way it is now, then do that. But if you are thinking, no, I can't, then you and your individual, the person that you're with, need to sit down and have some hard talk. And if it means separating, it may be what God has been telling you for the longest. Like, hello, you need to move on. I know what that is like, and it was a blessing when I finally listened to him, because I made the decision to be with someone that really wasn't for me. And then I ended up having to look at the hard choices that I created for myself. Why did you create this for you? Because you chose to. So now, what are you going to do? Sit in a relationship for another year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 20 more years, miserable, have kids with this individual, struggle, be depressed for another couple of years? Or are you going to get out so that you can find that true love, or the one that God has created for you? Think about it. Love you guys. 2 peaches. Peace.